Hi, I'm Grant Oinen. In this video, I'm going to show you how to edit videos in OpenShot Video Editor. It's a free open source program for Linux, Mac, and Windows. I'll show you pretty much all you'll need to know for most projects. I'll show you how to import video clips, pictures, and audio, slice and trim video clips, alter audio volume, do a blur effect, do a fade in and out effect, do a green screen effect, overlay images and watermarks, use captions and titles, fast forward and rewind, and generating the final video file. First, let's import files into our project. You can drag and drop them into the project files pane here, or you can click on the import files button. So I have just three random files here. I got a video, an image, and some audio that I'm just going to use as examples. I'm dragging and dropping them from my file manager. And then in order to actually add these files to the video we're going to be generating, we'll drag and drop them from the project files pane down to the timeline. And I usually like to put my base video somewhere in the middle, and then I put the audio on a lower track, and then any images that I'm going to overlay on top of the video I'll put on the top. And you see here that this logo has transparency, so you can see the video behind it. Next, I'm going to show you how to slice and trim your video clips. So you can either let it play and find a spot that you want to splice it at or trim it, or you can drag this bar over and find a spot. And then to trim a specific clip, you want to left click on it so that it's highlighted in red here. And then right click on it and then find slice, and to just put a cut in, you can either keep both sides, or if you want to make it so that this is the start position, you'd do keep right side, or if you want to make this the end of the clip, you'll do keep left side. I'll just do keep both, and then it makes two separate video clips here. But then let's say I want to end it right here, then I select it so it's red, and then right click on it after that, and then do keep left, so then it just keeps this beginning part here, and then I can drag in everything. Alright, next I'll show you how to alter the audio volume of clips. Again, make sure you left click on it so that it's highlighted in red, and then right click on it and select go to volume, and you can change the volume for the entire clip, or you can do a fade in and out effect, or you can do just a fade in or fade out by itself. I'm going to just do the entire clip at 40% volume, and you can hear it's quieter. And it has this little thing here, which is it's called a keyframe. And you can see here on this panel on the right, or on the left here, you got the volume is highlighted because it changed on this frame to 40. To reset it, we can just do remove keyframe, and it resets it to 1, which is full volume. And you can also edit it here too, so then it would be really quiet or something. And you can make your own custom keyframe then, and then right here in this spot I can make it louder. Like I could make it 50%. and then at the towards the end of the video I could then make it 100%. So then it has more customization than the regular fade in and out then. Then to reset the volume, again, you click on the keyframes and remove them. Now it's just got full. Now I'm going to show you how to do a blur effect. In this pane where you have the project files on the bottom, you got the button bar. Go to Effects and select the blur one and drag and drop that onto the clip that you want to blur. And then you'll see it adds this little icon here for the blur effect. Click on that, and before you start editing that, you want this the point in the video you're at to be at the beginning of the clip. So do the previous marker button so it brings it to the start, because otherwise it'll do that keyframe thing like it did with the audio, and it'll change the values mid clip. So now to change the amount of blurring, because that's pretty blurry, maybe I want it a little less. Let's change it to 3 for horizontal and 3 for vertical, and so a little less blurry. But then if I want to add different effects, I can move that, and see it's got a keyframe in the beginning. Now I moved it over here. I can add another keyframe, make it more blurry, do 9 on both of them. Now I added another keyframe there. Now it's really blurry, and it slowly goes from the 3 to the 9 level of blurriness, and then it stays at 9 for the rest of the video unless I decide to add another one. So I'll click on that and make it so it's not blurry at all here at this point. Now here it went to 9, and then now it'll go and get rid of the blurriness altogether. Alright, next I'm going to show you how to do a fade transition between clips. I'm just going to add another random video to my project, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to add it to the track below my other video clip, and I'm going to overlap them a little bit. I'll left click on this top video clip and then right click on it and go to fade and then do end of clip. I'll do a fade out slow. You can see here it added these 2 keyframes, and what I'll do is to line them up, I'll click on that first keyframe where it starts the fading, and I'll have it so that this video clip is drag it so it's lined up there, and then you can see here it fades between them. These 2 keyframes, so by default, the video clip has no transparency. It has an alpha value of 1. And when you right clicked on and did that fade effect, it automatically added these 2. The first one, it just resets it to 1, and the second one sets it to 0 at the end. So it's not transparent at all, and then it reaches that one where it says to do 1, and then between where it has that first one where it's 1 and the second one where it's 0, it slowly fades out between the two. Instead of doing that too, you can, like, I'll remove this starting one, and I can just add my own wherever I want. So I'll drag that over here, and I'll set the alpha to 1 here at this spot, and it adds another keyframe. And the fade effect will be a lot longer. And then I would have to, I'll click on this next marker to move my bar over here, and then drag this clip over here so it lines up with it. And then the fade effect takes a lot longer to overlap. And to remove it, I'll click on that first one, and then go over to the alpha where it was green there, and remove keyframe, so it's gone. And then I'll do the same thing for the second keyframe it added, and then there's no fade effect. Although you're not going to want them to be overlapped then at that point. Next, I'll show you how to do the green screen effect. So I'm going to take this video clip here, and I'm going to move it above this one, just for an example, and I'm going to remove this black background on it, and you'll be able to see the clip below it. So over here in this pane where it's got project files and effects, go to the effects, and there's chroma key, and then in parentheses green screen. Drag and drop that onto the clip you want to trim the background off of, and you can see it cut off the black, and it added this little effects icon there. And you can change the color, so it defaulted to black, but I can select whatever color I want here. So it doesn't have to be black, it doesn't have to be green, it can be whatever you want, whatever you need. Next, I'll show you some tricks and whatever on overlaying images so you can make custom titles or watermarks or whatever. So I already have this picture in my project. It's just the logo for one of my games. It already has a transparent background, so it looks great over the video, but like it's really big, so I'd probably, I'd want to scale it down. And another thing here is, if I got my position here in the middle like I do, and I go over here to try and scale it down, I make it half the size, it'll add a keynote, or a keyframe, I mean, right here in the middle, and one at the beginning, and it'll end up it'll scale it like that, and I don't really want it to do that, so I'm going to remove all these, and what I want to do is do previous marks, go to the previous marker, so that I'm at the beginning of the image, and then scale it down. Although of course too, that could be used to do some sizing effects and stuff too, so you could make it big and small. And then you can also just edit it right here, move it like that, drag it. Next, I'll show you how to use OpenShot's built-in captions and titles. So, under the effects again, go to caption and drag that onto a video clip that you want to add a caption to, and it adds that caption effect icon there. And on the right side here, you can edit the actual text that's in the caption. And then on the left here, in this pane, you can move it around, move the position of the text if you want. Although, so since my position in the video is not at the beginning of the clip, when I add this in here, it's going to end up adding a keyframe here and one here where it's going to end up moving the text over slowly. So I don't want that, so I'm going to remove the keyframe from that effect, and I'll use that previous marker button to move at the beginning of the clip, and select the effect there again, and go to the left size, or the left size, and make that 0.5 from the beginning of the clip, and it'll move it over the whole way. But then if I want to, set it over here or something, and if I want to have it so it gradually moves over to here, I can do the same thing. So I got my marker right here, make it so it moves it all the way over to 0. Now, as you can see, the captions moving over. To add a title, there is up here, you got the title button or menu item, and it's pretty simple. Like, I'll select a random one. That looks kind of cool. You can customize or whatever, and it adds it into the project files here, and you can drag and drop that into there like an image. And there you go, it's showing up over your video. Next, I'll show you how to fast forward and rewind a clip. So, next, we're gonna left click on the clip, make sure it's highlighted in red, and then to move our marker to the beginning of the clip, we'll go previous marker here, and right click on the clip then, and then there's time. And to fast forward it, you got fast and then forward, and you got your different speeds. You can also do, backwards would be rewinding it. There's also slow motion, and then there's just going in reverse at normal speed. So let's do it's like twice as fast in reverse. There you go. Alright, lastly, I'll show you how to export an actual video file using your project. So we'll go to the menu up here and click File, Export Project, and then Export Video. Now, you'll give it a name for your file, and then choose a folder to export it to, and then I'm going to leave it at MP4, and let's say I want to change it's got 1080p with 30 frames per second. Let's say I want to do 720p instead. I'll find that. I would say, unless your original footage is actually, it's actually rendered at 60 frames per second, I just leave it as 30 FPS. And to whatever your original footage is resolution is. I would not go above that. I just, like if your original footage is 720p, I'd just leave it at 720p. And then select your video quality. The higher the resolution and quality and everything, the longer it's going to take to export. And just click export. And there you have it. That's how to edit videos with OpenShot Video Editor. Thanks for watching.